What's up, everybody? So, welcome, General Hospital Sims 3 review. So this episode started out with um Michael and Morgan and Dante at the gym, just talking and chilling at the gym, hanging out like brothers do. And they start talking about Michael and Morgan start bringing up the fact that Jax and Carly are in the middle of a divorce and that they hope that things work out for their mother and Jax. And then they start talking about their relationships. Dante starts talking about how him and Lulu are having a little bit of problems because Lulu wants to buy this $200,000 house and they can't afford it. Morgan told Dante, why don't he just go to Sunny for the money? And Dante said no because he don't want no handouts from anybody. And, one day he does want to buy his family a home, but when he can afford one. And I respect that. So Michael told Dante, just be, a little patient with Lulu. Oh, naive Michael. There's no such thing as being patient with Lulu. So Michael starts talking about his relationship with Serena. And he says that everything is going great and he has a surprise for Serena when they go out to dinner later on tonight. He actually said he has a surprise for her. And then Michael asked Morgan how's things going with him and Amanda. And Morgan said everything's going great except for the fact that, he doesn't know anything about her past, like her parents. She doesn't talk about her parents much. Just that they're from Texas and that's all. So Dante starts to get a little curious about that. He said, why doesn't she ever, bring up her past? Morgan says he doesn't know. They don't really get into, family. They don't really talk about family much. They just so wrapped up in each other. So we end that scene. And then we go to Carly, who's at the Metro Court. And she's, in her office when Jax comes into her office, telling Carly that they need to, talk about this divorce and, finally get the settlement settled. And Carly says that she's not waiving. She wants $20 million, and that's what she wants. And Jax tells Carly that that is ridiculous. And Carly says that she doesn't care. She wants what she wants. If Jax wants this divorce, then fine. She wants $20 million and Jax refuses. So he storms out. Carly gets a phone call from her mother, Bobby, who says that she's on her way, that she's actually on a plane right now on her way to Port Charles. So it looks like Bobby's returning. It'll be fun to have the little redhead back on the show. I love me some Bobby Spencer, so I decided to bring her in. Bobby wasn't actually in Seattle. She was in Vegas with Noah. So she says that her and Noah are on their way to Port Charles to see, Patrick and Robin and Carly and, see the family. To answer a question, because I'm pretty sure somebody might ask this, no, Bobby and Noah are not married. They are not engaged. They're just, friends with occasional benefits. They're not exclusively dating or anything. So anyway, back at Casa de la Quartermain, Molly showed up at the Quartermains to see, her nephew and her niece. So she's reacquainting herself with Sam because it's been a few months since her and Sam seen each other since Molly's been in college. And they start talking and she says that college is going great. She got A's on her midterms and her finals. And she can't wait though for the summer because in a few days, Molly will be flying to LA because Rick and Elizabeth are in LA and they're getting married. And she's flying out for the wedding. But she says she had to make a pit stop in Port Charles because she missed her sister. She missed Alexis, and she missed, Danny. And she's upset that she, couldn't make it for the birth of Teresa, her niece. But she loves, having a new girl in the family. And Sam was wondering why Christina wasn't coming to Port Charles, and she said that Christina will be in Port Charles in a few days. And then she's going on her summer break to Hawaii with some friends. So, Christina will be back in Port Charles in a few days, to see the family, see her nephew, her niece. So they start talking, and Molly, she says, she can't wait for one day when she has a family, and Sam says that better be years away. So anyway, we cut to Mac and Felicia. They're at their hotel suite at the Metro Court. And Felicia was on the phone with Maxie, who is still out of town with Spinelli and Georgie on their honeymoon. They're actually in Paris. Jason paid for them to go to their honeymoon in Paris. And they actually had another ceremony in Paris because remember when they got married in Port Charles, it wasn't legal because they didn't have the marriage license. But they got married in Paris and it's legal. So they are Mr. and Mrs. Spinelli. So Felicia hangs up because today is Felicia and Mac's 1-year wedding anniversary. They've been officially married for a year now. And, for the last couple of, weeks or whatever, Felicia hasn't been feeling well. She's been feeling under the weather. So she had to go to the doctor to make sure, everything was okay. She thought it was a flu. So her and Mac are celebrating. He pops out the champagne and the chocolate covered strawberries. And, they're getting all lovey-dovey. And he tells Felicia that he has a surprise for her. That he just bought a $40,000 RV. And he wants to take it on the road. He wants to travel with Felicia because Mac has been thinking hard about retiring. And Felicia seemed a little less than thrilled about the RV. And Mac noticed that, and he was wondering why she was, feeling some type of way about the RV. And Felicia explains that because she don't think now is the perfect time to retire or leave Port Charles. And Mac was surprised by that. And the reason being is because Felicia drops a bombshell on Mac that she's pregnant. And Mac damn near had a heart attack. Mac, he asked Felicia, was she sure she was pregnant? And Felicia said, yeah, she got confirmation yesterday from the doctor. And the doctor told her that she's 6 weeks pregnant. And Mac was wondering how. Because Mac says that they're, getting up there in age. Mac is 54 and Felicia is 49, almost 50. And he was wondering how in the hell could they have gotten pregnant. And Felicia tells him that she knows that, they're up there in age and, but she was just as shocked as Mac was when she found out she was pregnant. And she is happy about having this baby, but she's scared and nervous about this baby at the same time. And Mac just says, this is a lot to, ponder. This is a lot to think about because he just spent $40,000 on an RV that is non-refundable. And they live in the Metro Court. So meanwhile, Luke and Laura are having lunch at the Metro Court restaurant when all of a sudden someone surprisingly walks up to their table at the Metro Court. Surprise, surprise. It's Scott Baldwin. What the fuck is he doing back in Port Charles? Meanwhile, Tracy is at the Quartermain Mansion when she gets a phone call from her illegal husband, Carl Dixon, and she was wondering what the hell Carl was doing calling her. And Carl tells Tracy that he plans on making things right. Meanwhile, Julian is at the Metro Court with Alexis in their hotel room, and she tells him goodbye because he's getting ready to hop on his jet and go to Seattle to go visit Lucas. So he hops on his plane. Well, before the whole plane situation, he actually went down to the parking lot, and he got in his car, and the car took him to the airport, where he hopped on his private jet. It went into the air, and next thing you know, the damn thing explodes over the Port Charles Harbor. It exploded and crashed down. And that was the end of that part. I hope you enjoyed that Cliffhanger Friday. I will see all of you later for the actual General Hospital TV version. I'll see you later.